Hello everyone! So before we start this video, I just want to say how awesome is my new shirt. I freaking love it. It's so awesome. My parents got it for me in Spokane when they went there this past week. So I'm in love with this shirt. I love tigers, so it's freaking awesome. Anyway, this video is going to be a discussion on the final Harry Potter book, or maybe I'm going to make this a Harry Potter discussion in general, because I was requested to do this by this person. No, I can't do editing, actually. I forget his username, or her username. Bookishly something. I am sorry. You know who you are. I'll put your channel below in the description. I'm sorry. My mind is over in Hogwarts right now, so I can't think at all. Which is pretty odd, because it is a school. Anyway, I'm going to talk about why I didn't like, or I had mostly, I have mixed feelings about the 7th book. I'm not sure if I like it or don't like it. I mostly don't like it. So, I'm going to say I don't like it. And I'm going to give you my validated reasons and opinions on why I did not like the last book. And, yeah, just my opinions. You can love it if you want. That's just personal things that just bugged me, or didn't make sense to me, or made me so mad, that sort of thing. So let's get into this, and also this will have spoilers, so careful if you haven't read the last book. It's been out for 5 years, but you haven't read it, then leave this video. So yeah. So I have 6 big problems, I think, with the last book that I wrote down off the top of my head from when I first read it back in 2007. So this is kind of vague, and I may have some facts mixed up. I'm sorry, but from what I remember, these are my problems. Number 1 problem, too many characters die. I have no problems with characters dying in books, just when so many of them die in very, very short periods of time, I start to think that that is the biggest cop-out of how to end a character's storyline. Especially when it's just so freaking pointless. I am sorry, but I just think that half the characters that died weren't even, worth mentioning their deaths. I'm sorry. The only characters that I really cared about that died were Lupin, Tonks, and Fred or George. I forget, one of the twins. I'm sorry, I haven't read it in so long. I mixed them up. I'm horrible, but one of them. I think those are the only 3 that I cared about. I mean, even the one of the twins, I didn't really care about that much. It was only Tonks and Lupin. And here's another thing that ties into that. I hate that Tonks and Lupin's death was off-screen. I freaking hated that. It was just a mention. It was like, oh yeah, by the way, their bodies are over there, Harry. And I'm like, you sons of... They did not have a death scene, Miss Rowling. Why didn't they have a death scene? Why? Oh my god, those are some of my favorite characters, and they didn't have a death scene, and it was just such a freaking cop-out way to get rid of their stories. Oh my god! So there was that. I really did not care about any of the other characters that died, literally none of them. Even Hedwig, I didn't care. Dobby was ridiculous. I'm sorry, I know a lot of people probably cried when Dobby died. I thought it was freaking stupid. I'm not saying that the death itself was stupid, but the fact that they buried him, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I mean, in the movie it was completely ridiculous. In the book, I guess it was better. I don't know. It's just, I liked his character. I liked what he represented. I loved that he was he was a slave, and I was rooting for him because he was working for Lucius and Malfoy, and I was rooting for him, and I was sad when he died, but then I thought about it, and I thought it was completely ridiculous. He's the only one that got a burial, and it's like, what? Moving on. Another huge point in the book that made me really, really mad, it's actually after this point. Harry dies, and I love that, but then Rowling decides to bring him back to life. Oh my god. I still do not understand how that happened. Did Dumbledore save him? Dumbledore's ghost saved? I don't even know how that happened, but it was stupid, because that scene was amazing. Hagrid carrying Harry dead in his arms. Oh my god, that was so powerful, and she just totally gave you the finger and said, no, he's fine, don't worry, he's totally fine. What? I really hate that scene. I love the scene, but I hate when he comes back. I hate that because he needed to make the ultimate sacrifice. That was his destiny. That's why he was a Horcrux. He had to die in order to kill Voldemort. So why didn't he just die? Why didn't he just stay dead? What? Here's another one that really pissed me off. The final battle with Voldemort and Harry? Guess how long that was? Yeah, it was a frickin' paragraph. That's really good writing. I mean, it's built up for 7 books. The final battle that we've all been waiting for since 1997, maybe, I forget exactly. Final battle, and it lasts a paragraph, and it's over. It's like the 2 spells combined, and Harry's love won over, and Voldemort blows away, something like that. And then that's it, and everything's hunky-dory, and everything's fine, and then it's over. Oh wait, it's not over, because we have an epilogue to talk about. Yeah, I understand that she wanted to tie up the entire story with an epilogue, and that's fine, but I hated it. Like, it was like 2 pages of nothing. I didn't give a shit. We all know it was a happy ending. There's no way that Voldemort could come back to life. Actually, there probably would be, because knowing J.K. Rowling, she would probably bring him back to life anyway. But she didn't, because it's the end of the book, and she had to meet her deadline, and I'm sorry that was rude, but seriously, some of the things that she does makes me think that she's just rushing, and she's trying to meet her deadline, and then that's what happened. That's my opinion anyway. Another thing that's more about books 6 and 7 that I didn't like, where the hell did Ginny and Harry's relationship come from? Was it just because they were both boy and girl, and they were mutual friends, so they had to be together? What? I really don't get that. And what was the point of his relationship with Cho, then? What was the point of that if she was just going to make Ginny and Harry a thing? Really? Then what was Cho's point in the whole freaking story? Why was she created? What? So there's that. And this one is just a nitpick, and it has nothing really... It does have something to do with the story, but it just bugged me. Well, actually it didn't bug me. It just doesn't make sense to me, rather, because I do not get this at all. Apparently, Dumbledore is gay, and that's totally fine. I'm totally fine with that, but I do not see how that is. Because J.K. Rowling announced it after the book came out, and apparently it was because of a letter that he wrote to his friend, and I do not see how that letter meant that he was in love with that character, because he never gave you anything. He just said, I will miss you. That could mean anything. I mean, he's just a friend. Why? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, I'm totally fine if he is, but why didn't J.K. Rowling just add that into the plot, like, for sure, for real? Like, have Voldemort, or not Voldemort, Dumbledore, I'm sorry, Dumbledore, like, talk about how he was thinking about Grindelwald, and he wanted to go out and elope with him. Why didn't she just do that? Why did she have to make this really vague kind of, like, oh, by the way, he's gay, there you go. Why didn't she go all the way with that? She could have so easily. And, you know, it's like a young adult book. I mean, it's not a middle grade anymore. I mean, kids are learning that being gay is fine, and why didn't you just go all the way, Rowling? I don't get it at all. But that was just a nitpick that really had, I guess it did have something to do with the story, but that was pretty much all of my problems off the top of my head that I can think of, why I didn't like the 7th book of Harry Potter. I'm seriously getting a headache thinking about all these things that just bug me. Also, here's a plot hole for you. Remember those time turners? Why couldn't they just go back in time and stop Voldemort from killing his parents? Why didn't she do that? Like, that's a huge plot hole. I mean, she could have just left that time turner completely out of it, because it made a huge plot hole in the story. And yeah, anyway. So those are my thoughts on the 7th book, and why I did not really enjoy it at all, and all the problems that I had with it. And that's just my opinion. You can love it if you want. I'm sorry if I rain on your parade or anything. I'm not trying to. I'm just stating my own personal opinions about the book. And, yeah. So let me know about your opinions on the last Harry Potter book. You can have spoilers, I don't care, because I don't think anyone's gonna care anymore, because it's been like, what, 5 years, yeah, that's right. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time.